In this tutorial, we are going to cover HTML elements. An HTML element is defined by a start tag, some content, and an end text. So this is how it will look like. It would have angle brackets to start with the start tag name, and then some content goes in between, and then there's an end tag followed by /. I put this in the comments tag, and that's again an HTML element, which is basically just used for comments. So within that tag, I use another tag. Now, and the HTML element is everything from the start tag to an end tag. So in this document, which we have created in the very first lecture, is from the doc type HTML up to here. So everything is element. So all of them are elements. So example of some other elements other than that is H1 and P1, which we have used. Some HTML elements have no content, just so something like break, which add an extra line. So it has no content, and it basically it is in itself. So these kind of elements are called empty elements. Empty elements do not have an end tag, so just remember that they don't have, like for the paragraph or a heading we have a closing heading tag or closing paragraph tag. For the body we have closing body tag. Similarly for HTML or head we have their closing tags. There is a list of about 14 or 15 elements which are empty elements or single elements, so they don't have any closing tags. Then you probably have noticed that we are using some elements within another element. So this type of element are called nested elements. So within the body tag, we have H1, break, paragraph, or many other type of elements. Similarly, within HTML, all the elements are nested within HTML elements. So we can nest different elements within themselves, not only just head or body. Let's play around. Feel free to break the code. Feel free to use your imagination to create any types of code. So let's say within paragraph tag, I am going to create another paragraph. So within the paragraph tag, I'm creating another paragraph, and basically I just put the two paragraph tags and it added empty lines there. So if you see, this is and then my paragraph, so it added an empty line before and after. So paragraph tag are block level elements, which we'll talk about in detail in another tutorial. But for now, just to know that block level elements add an extra line before and after that. So paragraph and all type of headings are block level elements, so they basically add a line before and after. So in this paragraph, second paragraph, so you can see that this second paragraph appears in between the first paragraph, which is this is, and then the last bit of it, my paragraph. So we added another paragraph. So that's basically our nested paragraph tag. You can use any other tag, such as if I use H3, let's say, and then you will see that within the paragraph tag we got a heading. So if you want to use some sort of headings in between the paragraph, so we can use heading 6, which is fairly small, or heading 4, let's say, which looks more like the same size of our paragraph text, with the difference of embolden the text in between the headings. Also, H4, as I said before, is block level element, so it adds one extra line before and after the content of this element. So there's an extra line added there. Now they can be nested within each other, but try not to nest in that way. Just to explain you what nesting is, you will notice there are quite many different types of nestings we will use in the future. Also, never skip the end tag, because I'll just explain that with example. Let's go back to our paragraph, normal paragraph, and if I add another paragraph below there, so this is my second paragraph. So you can say second, paragraph, no, just a paragraph. So this is my second paragraph. Now, if I just delete this paragraph there and this paragraph there, so all the closing tags of the paragraph, as you can notice that after saving the document, it is still exactly the same. So there's no difference there. So you probably be thinking that, okay, that make no difference in paragraph here, which is correct. It doesn't make any difference here in look and feel of our web page at the moment. But real life websites are a bit more complicated, and you may notice unwanted behavior of the website or contents, how they appear. So let's say if we delete the end tag for heading as well, let's play with that and see what happens. Now this did look very, very different from the paragraph, because now it starts with heading 1, and because we didn't finish heading 1 or didn't close the heading 1, it keep on going and treated everything else until we don't close the heading 1 will be as a heading 1. So let's say we close heading 1 here instead of P, H1, and see what happens. So this heading 1 end here. So everything in between is treated as heading 1. Although, because I'm using some kind of extensions which change this paragraph into heading, and if it is P there, it will change the end bit automatically, and that's basically creating an abnormality, and the behavior is not correct, even though this P tag have a closing P tag as well. But because we didn't close heading 1, the everything after that is treated as heading 1 until we close that heading 1 there. And as soon as I do that, everything becomes normal again. So it's quite important that we end the tag unless it is an empty tag. With empty tag, again, HTML in W3C suggests that an HTML5 support closing tag within the opening tag as well. So that need to be done. HTML is not case sensitive. So if I want to use capital P here and then closing tag as capital P, makes no difference. It's all good. However, W3C recommends lowercase in HTML and demands lowercase for stricter document type like XHTML. The full form of W3C is World Wide Web Consortium, so 3 W's, so that's why W3, so 3 W's. This consortium is comprised of about 450 organizations and bodies who sit together and define the standard for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So it's mainly they are setting the standard for how to develop website, how to show them on the browsers. So that's pretty much of this tutorial. So stay tuned and I'll see you in next tutorial. Thank you.